Hello, I'm Kalai Miller. Welcome to Ocean Paddler. On today's episode, we join the world's best V1 rudderless paddlers at the TALIFIT race in Bora Bora Island in Tahiti for 5 days of paddling and South Pacific exploration action. This event has exploded and quickly become Tahiti's most international paddling race with almost 200 paddlers from around the world in attendance.
So we are on the island of Bora Bora. We are at Matira Beach and we are here for the second time for the TALIFIT events. This is a full week of entertainment, excitement, adventure, and so there's something for everyone to do. Every day there's been something planned, whether it's on a Monday you arrive, it's an all-day shark tour. The second day was hikes and ATV. The third day was paddling clinics, and of course there's 3 days of events. It's gonna be day one is lined up with a whole bunch of V1 sprints and a V6 kids race. The second race day, it is a V1, V12 event, and day number 3, just the main event of everything. It is a V6 morning race for all of the international travelers. And then V1 is the biggest race event, probably over 250 lined up for the V1 event.
Our kids have been traveling all over Canada, and we just went to Hawaii. They raced there, they did fantastic. So when we had this opportunity to come here to Bora Bora, we said, all right, and support. So it was a, it was a win-win all around.
I'm excited for the level of competition there is over here, just because we're so far away from where we usually race and compete. I'm excited for new competition and to be able to gauge myself more on a world stage. And I'm excited to be with my crew to enjoy this beautiful place. It's such a great opportunity.
We're so excited. This is going to be the most international paddling race in Tahiti. There's about 200 international paddlers. I mean, this has quadrupled over last year's event, so we're really excited to be here. There's groups from Hawaii, Pacific Northwest, Canada, the United States, you name it, they're coming here to race.
Become the most international race in French Polynesia, because we can say that we enter in the history in French Polynesia, because never sport events attract more than 100 international participants. But for this year we have almost 200 people. We got inspiration from other international races we did before, like Queen Liliuokalani, Sydney Harbour, Champion World. So we took all the good elements to make something good for everybody. So our goal is to make the good organization, good coordination, to make these events magical for everybody.
We saw Makana with Micah Kalama, just from the Ocean Paddler segment. What we saw, the beauty, the culture, the experience. The 12 people coming here has now exploded to 200. And that says a lot. We all got jealous. We all were like, we're going next year. Who wouldn't want to experience that firsthand? So we all put our heads together and we all made this trip possible.
We headed from Honolulu, made our way to Papaete, and when we got to Papaete, we stayed there for 2 days. So we stayed Saturday and Sunday night, and we had a few groups do some tours and destinations. Some went to Mo'area, some went to Raiatea, some stayed on island because we had a couple of days to just venture and get our bearings. But on Monday, we flew from Tahiti to Bora Bora. And man, what a welcome that we got and we received when we got to Bora Bora.
Coming from Canada, it is, at home it's probably about maybe 10 degrees if we're lucky. It's cold, there's ice in the water. It's such a drastic change from being here to at home. It's very exciting to know that we are at one of the biggest races right now with international paddlers from all over the world making the competition even better.
Our practices are training for this actual race. We have an indoor training facility because our lakes and water are frozen over because we have a heavy winter. We've trained in weights and dry land. Coming here was our first time touching water since we raced in Kona. Definitely worth it. Once we got here, all the travel and stress is definitely worth it, and was eased with this beautiful, beautiful landscape you have here.
Love Tahiti.
Next, more action from the TALIFIT race from Bora Bora Island in Tahiti. Day one of the TALIFIT race on Bora Bora Island in Tahiti is dedicated to the V1 sprints, with everyone from the Keiki to the Masters seeing some competition.
Day one of racing is all about sprints. It's accumulated of a bunch of V1 sprints, 250 meters. These divisions are spread out from as young as 6, 7, 8 years old, as well as all the way up into your Masters divisions, which is your 60s plus. But V1 in the beginning and V6 towards the evening.
But what captured our curiosity to come here and to motivate our kids to train for it was the fact that we saw that they wanted to promote this race to the youth and to give the youth the opportunity to learn the sport and so they can keep it going. But along with the incentive came the teamwork, the commitment to one another from the paddlers, but also from the families. Because when the kids have to be at a practice, it's their parents that got to bring them. And that's why we weren't surprised that so many parents came on this trip, because they were along for the journey. So why not come to the race and be a part of the actual end result of what these kids have been training for.
The best thing about being a part of an event like this for day one is it's only 250 meters. It's welcoming for everyone. Everyone can do it. And right now you start them young and it's exciting. You're gonna see all of the parents and friends running across the beach as their paddlers make their way from start to finish.
It's easy for the kids to be good in the paddling because they use outrigger like a bicycle here. They're always on the water and they start really naturally with the friends. They train with the school and they do different sport with the district, and also the committee of the tourism. When they are good, we push them to different competition outside in Hawaii, Sacramento, Catalina. We use the sports to open the head of the new generation.
I think experience is the main thing. You can have all the technique, the skill you can, but that experience on the water is what makes it different. What makes you a better paddler is knowing where to go, understanding the water and getting that connection. I'm looking at these kids that paddle. They look pretty strong, they look good, but they understand the water, they understand how to apply pressure, where the technique needs to be corrected.
There's like almost babies out here competing, racing, and I bet a whole lot of them know way much more than I do and have way more experience than I do. I mean, I just started V1 a couple months ago with my crew. That was our goal at starting V1, was to come visit Tahiti, come visit their people, come visit these races. These kids younger than me, seeing them race, like, I gotta be careful because they might beat me.
Being able to have an adventure like this and engage our youth in seeing other cultures and seeing what paddling has in opportunities for just life experiences is immeasurable. So we're like really happy that we were able to come here and see everything, and our children seeing all the other paddlers in the same boat as them, being novices and learning and appreciating the ocean and the water for what it is a truly freeing experience.
Today's event, the energy is up there. I mean, cheering, excited. They're just stoked to be here and be with other kids and be part of the competition, but also be part of the event, and very exciting to be here.
There was just so many youth that was just out there, and they were out for blood on the water, and then when they come out the water, they just love their teammates, and it's amazing to see all the youth starting now, and they're the next generation to keep paddling going and forward and moving. But I really wanted to do very good on those sprints, because when I paddle OC1, I usually win, so I really wanted to make a stand here. But it's okay, I didn't really do that great. I didn't make it to semifinals, but it was a good race. It was nice to just experience that and to have that knowledge under my belt that I was in a tough heat and I was with some awesome girls, and it was amazing just to paddle with them even if I lost.
Very honored to be a part of this, to see the young kids that are barely can hold their battle and fit in the boat, to take off like nobody's business and just loving it and appreciating and loving the water is something that it's hard to not be overwhelmed with emotion about.
Next, more action from the TALIFIT race on Bora Bora Island in Tahiti. Tahiti is without a doubt one of the centers of Polynesian culture, and it's no surprise that the TALIFIT race in Bora Bora Island attracted top paddlers from all over the Pacific Basin. And with them came an amazing exchange of culture.
We're super excited. We're going to be a part of an open ceremony on Wednesday. It's a torch lighting ceremony. We're going to start at one end of the racing beach of Matira to the start and finish line. And it's going to be just awesome because, you know, it's just bringing everyone together from all parts of the world.
I would say the parade is always my favorite at every paddling event, is because you get to see a truly connected world. Through sport comes connection, and you bring together all types of different cultures with a single aim. And the great thing about this race is the single aim is to develop the youth.
And then all of our club leaders getting together to really solidify us as paddlers grounded here, and Native Americans from Canada and Washington sharing their song, and then us as Hawaiians coming with sharing different types of hula. We got hula awana and hula kaiko. It's just amazing. And that photo that we presented of that rock, it was a kuleana that was passed on to us by the people that we were staying with right before we got here. And to be able to show where that mana has gone and how that mana feels right at home, right there in Maui and Lahaina. I'm grateful that we were able to pass that picture on.
Day number 2, we've got your U17, U19, as well as your Open and your Masters 40s, 50s, and 60s. So super exciting day for all of our V1 paddlers as they get to experience a short course. It's about less than 5 miles, so a good opportunity to paddle some of Bora Bora.
Plenty sidewind, so not necessarily upwind or downwind, it's kind of, you know, side to side.
So of course when you're flying over to come to Bora Bora, one of the things you notice how it's protected by reef, which is insane to see in person. There's an outside reef, you see the waves breaking out there, and then it's just calm inside.
You can kind of feel the surge underneath when you're paddling, and it's always consistent. You feel the grip, you feel the pull of the blade, feel the catch and everything. I would say the rudderless fall in this water, it's perfect. It's the only boat you need to use.
Molokai, we have a lot of straight downwinds and we have more waves. When we're over here, I see the waves are more longer. They're not as deep troughs as I'm used to, but it's calm, it's perfect to paddle.
One of the most important things about paddling in general is everyone across the world has touched a va'a of some sort, whether it's an inland canoe or obviously travel and destination. Through that, created friendly competition, being able to race against one another and, you know, to connect our Native American tribes to the Pacific Island has been such a great bridge.
I think it's an amazing feeling to be connected to First Nations, to Tahitians, Hawaiians, all the other Native nations across the world. Because we do have that connection that's rooted in us being colonized, but overcoming that. So it's like a strength that bonds us together.
Whether it be a Hawaiian, Mohawk, Coast Salish, or even Tahitian, as First Nations people of your land and trying to protect your cultural heritage.
We have an ocean between us, but the sensation and the vibration when we are together is the same. And we are very happy to share also the power of this sport with other countries.
But it is that canoe that took us to wherever our motherland is. And so that is the connection. That's how important the canoe is to us, because it took us to where we are and who we are now.
Us as natives, we're connected. We're connected to the sea, we're connected to culture. We try to perpetuate it as much as we can. We try to show it before it can't be shown anymore, but nothing's gonna stop us anymore.
Wow, what a beautiful start to day 2 of the TALIFIT race. We'll be back with the second half of day 2 right after this. The afternoon of day 2 at the TALIFIT race in Bora Bora Island was reserved for the V1 short distance. And of course, the conditions and the view was phenomenal.
Man, it was exciting. So right on the race start, it's right in the bay. So it's just, you see everyone kind of edging up and creeping up, and then you get to take off, and you know, you got 100 canoes converging at one point. So as soon as we got to the point, a little bit of a challenge trying to navigate as we saw a lot of collisions and just try to make it through and get down into the small bay that you actually have to turn around.
Very different from last year. We only had like a handful of participants. This year is like tripled. A lot of wishy-washy. We're right against the shoreline. You have a lot of the escort boats and the official boats right on your left-hand side. A lot of the swells and a lot of the wake is coming on your alma side, so you really gotta kind of keep balance going down the bay area to the next turn. A lot of opportunity to surf, plenty of opportunities to use the boat wake to kind of gain ground and get your placement a little better. Coming into the finish line, it's really just unimaginable. It's speechless. A lot of young Hawaii paddlers, right? That's the dream, you know, come to Tahiti, compete, race, and to have this like picture perfect finish in Matira Bay, it's unimaginable. And to finish in that crystal clear water, luckily enough, you know, you see the wildlife underneath you. You have rays, sometimes sharks. It's unimaginable.
In the end, it was so hot, but you know, you just hear the drums and you hear everybody, and it's just an extra push of motivation because, you know, you've made it that far, you might as well be tired and give it all you got at the end.
Well, it was super exciting because we were actually fortunate that the women raced first and then the men raced second. So your women do the exact same course as the men. So we were very lucky to see one of our paddlers from Hawaii make it into the top 3. Valentina Neighborger, she paddles with Rudderless Volleyball. And it was exciting because that battle was great. And you know, watching someone from the international side come across the Tahiti in the top 3 is amazing.
Valentina came 3rd place, but she has a good level, and congratulations to her and to all the Hawaiian who are coming here. Thanks to the Hawaiian to come here in Bora Bora, enjoy together.
Okay, that was just days 1 and 2 of the TALIFIT race on Bora Bora Island in Tahiti. Now, our next episode of Ocean Paddler will bring day 3 with an ultra-competitive long-distance V1 race. That's all the time we have for this episode. We hope you enjoyed the show. I'm Kala'i Miller. Until next time, hoi pa.